Have you ever noticed something strange about human psychology? The people who move on the fastest are the ones we end up thinking about the most. It's counterintuitive, right? You'd think that if someone goes silent, you'd forget about them, but that's not how attraction works. What really gets inside a woman's head isn't your absence, it's your transformation. Women don't miss silence. They miss energy, the way you made them feel when you were around. So if you're using the no contact rule as a tactic, thinking she'll chase you just because you vanished, you're missing the point. She won't miss the silence. She'll miss the shift, the glow up, the confidence, the version of you she starts recognizing again. Not because you tried to make her miss you, but because you stopped trying altogether. In this deep dive, I'll break down what truly makes a woman question everything, not through mind games, but through undeniable personal growth. Point 1. Stop explaining, start becoming, the unstoppable power of silent transformation. The moment you have to explain your worth, you've already lost. Let that sink in. How many times have you caught yourself typing out a long, emotional text, trying to make her understand your value? How many times have you rehearsed speeches in your head, hoping that if you just explain yourself the right way, she'll finally see what you're worth? Here's the brutal truth: if she doesn't feel it on her own, your words won't change a thing. In fact, the more you try to convince her, the less she respects you. The mistake 99% of men make, and how it kills attraction. Most men think that if they just communicate enough, she'll get it. They believe, if I send her a heartfelt message, she'll realize how much I care. If I tell her about my progress, she'll believe I've changed. If I explain my feelings one more time, she'll finally appreciate me. But here's the reality: women don't fall in love with explanations. They fall in love with energy. When you're constantly justifying yourself, you're not proving your worth, you're pleading for validation. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who needs to convince a woman he's worth her time. The silent shift that makes her question everything. So what's the alternative? Stop explaining. Start becoming. Go quiet, but level up. Let her wonder why you seem different. Let her notice that you're smiling more, moving with purpose, carrying yourself like a man who doesn't need her approval. Because here's the secret: women don't miss words, they miss presence. They don't fall for the guy who talks about being confident, they fall for the guy who is confident without saying a word. The real-life example that proves this works. Imagine two guys. Jake spends weeks texting his ex, pouring his heart out, explaining how much he's changed. He begs for another chance, analyzes her every response, and waits for her to finally see his worth. Mark says nothing. Instead, he hits the gym, builds his business, and starts dating again. He doesn't block her, he just outgrows her. Months later, she sees him at a party laughing, thriving, surrounded by people who admire him. That's when it hits her: damn, I lost him. Who do you think she regrets losing? The one rule you need to remember: your value should be obvious, not explained. If she can't see it, she doesn't deserve it. If she needs convincing, she's not the one. If you have to beg for respect, you've already lost it. So starting today, stop justifying. Stop pleading. Stop waiting for her to get it. Instead, become the man she wishes she never let go of. Because when you show your worth instead of telling it, that's when she'll finally feel it. Drop a comment below: have you ever tried to explain your worth to someone? What happened? Point 2. Stay where your power is. The panic reaction. When a woman pulls back, most men panic. They obsess over what she's doing, who she's with, why she's not responding. And just like that, boom, they hand over all their power. The shift that changes everything. Your power isn't in chasing her. It's in focusing on yourself. Lock into your routine. Double down on your goals. Protect your peace. When she realizes you're not waiting by the phone, not checking her stories, not thirsting for her attention, that's when her mind starts spinning. You didn't lose her, you just stopped orbiting around her. Case study, Marcus's comeback. Marcus used to drop everything when his ex texted. He'd cancel plans, overanalyze her tone, and lose sleep. Then he flipped the script. He started prioritizing his career, his fitness, and his friendships. When she noticed he wasn't reacting anymore, she started reaching out more. Why? Because his stillness made her feel his absence. Lesson: your power is in your focus, don't give it away. Point 3, let her feel your absence even when you're still there. The insecure move vs. the confident move. Insecure move, disappear dramatically, hoping she'll notice. Confident move, stay in the same space, but shift your energy. How to do it right? Be present, but not for her. Laugh with friends, but not seeking her reaction. Be engaged in life, but not waiting for her approval. When she sees you living fully without her, that's when she feels the real loss. Example, David's social shift. David and his ex moved in the same social circle. Instead of avoiding events, he showed up but differently. He wasn't cold, just indifferent. He laughed, joked, and connected with others while she watched from the sidelines. Within weeks, she was the one trying to get his attention. Lesson: the absence of your energy hits harder than the absence of your presence. Point 4, cut the invisible strings. The trap most men fall into. You can block her, unfollow her, delete her number, but if you're still stalking her social media, reliving old memories at 2 a.m., wondering what if, you're not free. The real freedom. Stop letting her live in your mind rent-free. Reclaim your mental space. Redirect your focus to your future. Story: Ryan's mental breakthrough. Ryan thought he had moved on until he realized he was still checking her Instagram through a fake account. He wasn't over her, he was just pretending to be. The day he truly let go mentally was the day he started attracting better opportunities and women. Lesson: emotional detachment is the real key to moving forward. Point 5, don't be unavailable, be unreachable. The difference that changes everything. Unavailable equals she can't reach you physically. Unreachable equals she can't touch your peace, confidence, or growth. How to become unreachable? Not just ignoring her, outgrowing the old version of you that needed her. Not playing hard to get, being hard to replace. Example, Tyler's glow up. Tyler's ex kept breadcrumbing him, sending random texts to keep him hooked. Instead of reacting, he focused on his purpose. When she realized she couldn't trigger him anymore, she started chasing, but by then, he was already too far ahead. Lesson: elevate to the point where the past can't reach you. Point 6, you don't have to move on, just move up. The upgrade mindset. You don't need to get over her, you just need to outgrow the situation. Improve your mindset. Upgrade your lifestyle. Raise your standards. Why it works. The higher you climb, the smaller she looks in your rearview mirror. Real life proof: Alex's success story. Alex thought he'd never get over his breakup until he used the pain as fuel. He built a six-figure business, traveled the world, and met incredible women. Now, when he thinks of her, it's with gratitude because losing her led him to a better life. Lesson: growth makes the past irrelevant. Point 7. Silence means nothing without substance. The big misconception. Many men think silence alone will make her miss them. But silence without real change is just empty space. What actually works? Back your silence with action. Let her see your evolution. Make her feel the shift in your energy. Final story: Kevin's silent transformation. Kevin went no contact but did nothing to improve. Months later, his ex reached out, and he was still the same guy. She lost interest again. Contrast that with Mike, who used the silence to rebuild himself. When his ex saw him months later, she barely recognized him, and that's when she regretted walking away. Lesson: your silence only has power if there's substance behind it. Final takeaway: become irresistible, not invisible. The key to making her miss you isn't disappearing, it's becoming a man she can't forget. Stop chasing, start choosing yourself. Stop explaining, start evolving. Stop waiting, start winning. When you focus on your growth, everything else falls into place. So ask yourself: are you just being silent? Or are you becoming undeniable?